Kean University's women's swimming team made history at the NCAA Division III championships in Greensboro, North Carolina. Freshman standout Braylon Wilson, under the guidance of head coach Christopher Swenson, earned two All-American selections, including a groundbreaking first-team honor for that program, and capped it off with a sixth-place finish in the 100 back event. We're joined by Coach Christopher Swenson to dive into this remarkable achievement. Sorry for the pun, Coach. Thank you. And let's start with Braylon Wilson's performance at the NCAA championships, two All-American selections, and an historic first-team nod. What does it mean for her and for the Kean University women's swimming program?
Well, I think you said it best. It's historic, right? I mean, we work for this, and the D3 meet gets faster and faster every year. And to earn a top 8 finish at a program that's as new as ours, I think that's pretty remarkable. And Braylon deserves every success. Works incredibly hard every single day, and I'm just happy to see it paying off for Braylon at the end of the year.
Yeah, but it takes good coaching and good teammates. It's all part of a package. I don't have to tell you that. I mean, a bad coach makes all the difference. A good coach is the motivation behind that. Why the people come in and do all their work every day. And Braylon also finished sixth in the 100 back, another first for Kean. Can you walk us through what that race was like and how she prepared for such an incredible moment?
Yeah, I think the whole week, especially coming in as a freshman to that meet, it's really hard to qualify for. So there's a lot of nerves. There's a lot of uncertainties. Everybody that's at that meet is fast. So, to start the week with winning a swim off just to get her first All-American award, that was pretty nerve-wracking on its own. But I think after that, we were kind of just relaxed and taking each race as it came. But to finish sixth in the morning and then to hold place at night and to earn that official first-team All-American award was really awesome to watch. It was, it was one of those things that just all came together this year. And like you said, it takes a lot of great teammates. And Braylon has a lot of teammates that were in her corner and that worked hard with her alongside her all year. And it was just really nice to see it all come together at the end of the season.
Now, she's only a freshman, and Braylon's already made this incredible impact. So, what have you seen that is in her training and mindset, that motivation, that has set her up for this kind of success so early in her career? And what do you see for the future for her?
Well, we've got some pretty big goals. Those are things that we'll talk about in the off season and for the next 3 years. But I think what impresses me most about a freshman coming in to an experience like the NCAA meet is really did not show a whole lot of nerves. Even if there were nerves, I might have been more nervous than Braylon was. But ultimately, the ability to step up and just race and win a swim off, right? The swim off that you're watching right there, that was against a girl from the ninth ranked team in the country. So they're there with the whole group, and it was just me and Braylon on deck. So, to be able to step up under pressure and perform like that, it's really just fun to watch. And I'm really lucky to have someone like Braylon as part of this program.
Well, clearly that takes confidence, and you only get confidence if you have credibility in your, or belief, I should say, credence in yourself, and you only have credence in yourself if you really work hard at it. So it's all connected. And you were there, of course, in Greensboro with Braylon this week. What was it like coaching her through those high stakes races? You talked about it a little bit, how you were nervous. How does it feel to see her name now etched in Kean history? It must be amazing for you.
Yeah, I think rewarding. We start early September. I think swimming is the longest season of all the college seasons. So to start in September and go through 4 mornings a week and to get up before the sunrise, that many times, you want to see that payoff at the end of the year. And the thing I'll say about Braylon is probably one of the most unassuming and just works quietly and just shows up and just performs whenever you need her to. And like I said, it's been really fun to coach someone like that and to know that we have Braylon here for 3 more years and to continue to grow on that is great. Obviously, finishing sixth as a freshman is really a great achievement, but I think we've got some much bigger goals over the next couple of years that we're going to work towards and continue to help, Kean swimming climb towards, the top of the national rankings. So that's always going to be the goal.
Amazing. How many women freshman swimmers do you have on the team right now?
We had 2 this year, Braylon and her roommate, Vic, and the 2 of them really came in and scored a ton of points for us. And again, just really laying a great groundwork. we have a great roster. Almost everybody's coming back next year, and we're continuing to build, through freshmen and the transfer portal. But future of our program is very bright, and we're very excited about it.
I'm sure some of the older swimmers must have thought, oh, who's this freshman coming in initially? I'm not suggesting anything, but in the back of the mind, it's what athletes do. They always sum up the people on their team because your first competitors are your teammates, and then you assimilate your team, and then you go after everybody else. So, what would you think? Everybody was pretty darn shocked and impressed when they saw what this woman could do.
I think the thing about Braylon is, came in really fast, was a YMCA All-American last year. So when she committed to swim at Kean, she had a fifth place finish at the YMCA national meet. So, the pressure kind of shifts to us as coaches going, all right, let's not screw this up and continue to make Braylon faster. But I think what was really astounding to me was in our first meet of the year versus Ramapo, when Braylon broke the 50 and 100 backstroke school records, there was no sense of jealousy. It was, wow, did you see how fast Braylon just went? And that was basically our team all year. We had great captains, we had great leadership, and it was the support of one another, I think, that made this season so special. And I think that that's going to continue to carry forward and continue to help us, reach our goals as a program too, not just the individual goals that all the athletes have, but really just lucky with a roster from top to bottom of just great supporters, great, really hard workers. And I think collectively that's what helped Braylon finish as strong as she did at the NCAA meet.
So what's next now for Braylon and the Kean women's swimming program?
Well, this week is a nice week off for Braylon for sure. For me, recruiting never really stops. So, it was basically land on Sunday morning and start, firing out emails and getting on the phone and continuing to build the roster. And that's really what my off season consists of, is just a lot of recruiting and a lot of just continued, trying to bring in the best and brightest athletes for our program. And, we'll never stop doing that, but, very lucky, had a great year, very excited about the future. Like I said, I think next year we're going to show up there and the expectations will be a little bit higher and a little bit different. And I think that's really exciting, right? Because I've always told the team, pressure is a privilege, right? It means things are expected of you, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's how we manage that and how we continue to push forward and, helping them manage those nerves and those big goals that they set for each other. And, that's our job as coaches. So try to do the best we can. And as I said before, I was probably more nervous than Braylon was, but I also wasn't going to show Braylon that I was nervous. But internally, if anyone could see what I was feeling, it was I don't think they would have wanted to share that because it was really nerve-wracking. But again, just calm under pressure and stepped up and came home with 2 All-American awards, which is really neat.
Amazing. Remember the name, champ swimmer Braylon Wilson. Kean University swimming coach Christopher Swenson, thank you so much for joining us today. Best of luck with Kean.
Thanks, Ken.